uh, we all will be in a learning phase always, and whenever there is an opportunity, I would be there to help you people, and vice versa. So I just want to make it. I mean, I just want to set the expectations very because I'm not an expert in this case. Now I'm sharing my screen along. Um, Late in 2020, 2012, 2013, I started a Facebook page. The page was called Helping Dreams, and this was mainly started to engage the youth to work positively in the social media engines, because in 2012, 2013, when I started understanding the social being inside me, I found that a lot of my colleagues are using social media for some bad purposes. So I just started a page, and we can use that page to talk about what we are good in. For example, if you're good in singing, sing for the community. If you're good in shouting, raise your voice for the community. If you're good in talking, talk for the community. Be a messenger for the community. So that was the concept, and the concept also says that everyone can brain, use it for someone's welfare. So that's why I started a social media organization called Helping Brains in 2013. And right now I have more than 600 dedicated volunteers and around 60 plus partners work. And we have completed more than 120 projects. It's all through social media. It's all through social media. Happened through social media. And even now, we work only through social media. There are different applications that we use, free applications on Facebook, uh, free applications of LinkedIn Learnings, Facebook Learnings, social media engagements, everything. We reach to our people through social media. I have, recently, during Kerala floods, Assam floods, Orissa floods, and for some other social actions, social conventions, even during the last, the food distribution during the lockdown, we only used social media. We were not physically present on the ground. I guess that is why, because I guess Facebook India called me last year for a discussion on social innovations. So um, when you add a person to your network, and when you post up, whatever I am speaking today, many of you might be understanding it, knowing it. However, brush your understandings, and you can also share your points, uh, uh, critics, or suggestions, so that it can be also learning for me. I learn from all the sessions that I deliver as well. You post something on your wall, your friends can see it. If his privacy settings are not limiting him to show anything which on his anything is written to other friends of his friends can also see your post. Similarly, if you're creating a Facebook page or a LinkedIn company page, and if you are a friend, if you like that page, then the people, for example, I have liked Deepak sir's page, for example. So whatever Deepak sir is posting, my friends can also see it, because it's coming on to me as well, because I've liked that page. So that is how the algorithms and technicalities work on the back end. That's where when we post something, it gets viral. I remember in 2014, one of my team member found a kid from Lucknow near to Sector 51, Gurgaon. He just sent me a photograph, and he was afraid to post it. I posted it on my wall, and I just tagged like around 30, 40 people. We will talk about tagging, hashtagging, all tagging and all. So that post went to more than 10,000 plus people in like 6 hours, and the boy was reunited. So that is the power of social media as of today. half of the population is right now on social media. Hence, the security, the other issues are also there. It can help you grow. At the same time, it can help you malign as well. It can protect you. At the same time, it can hack into your systems as well if you are not using appropriate security best practices. If anyone got any questions, concerns, queries, they can put it on the chat box. You can personally send it to me. No questions are bad questions. All questions are good questions. That's my philosophy. We will grow by sharing things with each other. So never mind. And we will have a Q&A session. I'll try my level best to answer your questions. And please remember that I'm not an expert on this. Okay. We use several social media channels or social media engines. Now, before this, what is social media according to you? There are different definitions. Social and media. What is social media according to you? I mean, if anybody can talk about that, if anybody has an opinion.
It's a platform where people can socialize.
Exactly. Very nice. Anybody else?
So to reach the masses for your voice, if you want to make people listen, then we can use the social media as a platform to recognize us, like what we are going to speak.
Exactly. Very nice. Anybody else?
So basically, it's a platform which contains of websites and other search engines that help us to share content and exchange our ideas and views.
Okay. Very, very nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. Anybody else? Any more thoughts coming in? What is social media? I mean, the three ladies answered it very in an awesome manner. So there is no need for me to explain what is social media. So that helps you in socializing in a virtual environment. So that is what is social media. You can post your pictures, images, documents. You can raise your voice. You can convey a message. Um, um, the biggest problem that we face as of today is, and there are a lot of media and information literacy conventions happening around the globe. MIL is on fake news. Fake news appears like anything. So it's also our duty, and the government is very well monitoring it. So, and if you are subscribed to the government engines, I do subscribe to the police alerts by different police officers in India. So they post about the arrests or the questionings they do on the propelling of fake news in the market. It's easy to trace as well. So that is the biggest problem which is happening in social media. However, if we remove that, this is a wonderful media to make anyone grow in the market as well. So there are different types of social media channels: social networks, media sharing networks, discussion forums, bookmarking sites, consumer review networks, blogging networks, social shopping networks, interest-based networks. However, many of us might be using Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google Groups, Quora, Pinterest. Then comes TripAdvisor, Zomato, WordPress, Tumblr, Medium, Blogspot, Polyvore, Goodreads. I mean, these might be the best engines that we are posting as well. Now, what does these engines help you out with? Anyone? What does these engines actually help you out with? You people answered it at the beginning. However, I'm still asking you, what does these engines actually help you out with? To socialize, to increase your footprint, to engage more customers. So now before that, I just want you to know about some stats and figures. So next two slides of mine will be about stats and figures. So There are 4.57 billion people around the globe who are using internet as of today. And 346 million users have come online in the last 12 months. And they're like 3.5, actually it is 3.57 billion as of today. So 3.57 billion people are using social media. 2.32 billion users are actively on Facebook. And that's number one as well. It's called the third continent. So on an average, a person uses 2 hours, 24 minutes till 2 hours, 24 minutes to 3 hours on an average. That's what that a person use a social media channel. And in this 3 hours, they use like 8 to 9 social media channels. Like, for example, many of us, including me, for that instance, when I wake up, I first of all check my LinkedIn, then the tweet that I posted, then I spend some time on the LinkedIn, then I spend some time on the Twitter, then I spend some time on my Facebook, then I spend some time on my YouTube channel, and so on and so forth. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. 73% of the marketers believe that their efforts through social media marketing have been somewhat effective or very effective for the business. I'm adding the places from where these informations are coming in the bracket, so you can search it. 54% of the social browsers use social media to research products. And remember that AIs, artificial intelligence integrations, are very high right now. 71% of consumers who have had a positive experience with a brand on social media are likely to recommend the brands to their friends and families, and vice versa also. If you get a hike in your Airtel bill, the first thing which you do is to make it utilize. If the electricity at your place goes at 1 a.m., the first thing you do is shout at Arvind Kejriwal on the Twitter and to BSES. If something goes wrong in the country, then it's the first thing which you do is to tag the Prime Minister and other people, and to showcase your anger. It's human. No harm in doing that. Deepak sir can speak better on this, that everyone got the right to speech, right to speech, and right to freedom and all. So everyone uses it properly. 49% of consumers claim that they depend on influencer recommendations on social media to inform their purchasing decision. You might have seen this recommendation columns. Right now, it is coming for social media pages as well. Pages like yours and ours and everyone. They ask which is the best community-based NGO of West Delhi, which is the best legal NGO of Central Delhi. Where I can get good chole bhature in North Delhi, for example, and so on and so forth. So the recommendations are influential. Instagram users, everyone knows, everyone are there on Instagram. I started my Instagram this year, so it's like 150 million to 500 million rise in according to Jan 2019 status. And there is a hike in the mobile users also. There are like 5.15 billion unique mobile users. So these are the specific stats which shows the penetration of the social media. Facebook recently sent a notification that more than, I guess, 1 million users are fake users, who are actively online in a month. Last one, there was a tweet which came forward that majority of the followers of the national leaders are fake. They're created by people to increase the likes. So such things are also interestingly happening. And that's how penetrated the social media engines are. With this penetration, one thing which comes into picture is insecurity. The number of hacks, breaches through social engineering to social media attacks have also increased. It is easy to if somebody is if a hacker, because I work with a team of hackers and all in my profession, so a hacker can easily talk to you for 15 minutes and get into your database through a social engineering attack. They can easily ask, hey, where were you born? I was born in Kerala. Okay. Your mom and dad were also born in Kerala. Yeah, which part in Kerala? Okay. Your grandmother was also born there. Okay. Oh, what's your mom's name? Okay, your mom's name is this. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. What's her full name? Because I guess I know her. Have you heard such questions coming in? These are all attacks. Many of you use your mother's maiden name, your favorite cricketer, your favorite for sports person, your first school. So if somebody unknown is speaking to you on social media on these topics, beware about them. If he is or she is not known, don't give your information. If you're a page owner, because this session that I'm conducting is mainly to share my experience as a page owner. I own a page called Helping Brains, facebook.com/helpingbrains, as well as my other social media account. So this is just an experience sharing session wherein I'm sharing my experience rather than being expert on this. People ask you these questions because the hackers wants to malign your image. They will say that, hey, your account is hacked. This is your password. I know your password. You cannot reset your password. You need to pay me X dollars. These attacks happen. The way our social media channel works, a hacker can easily understand your psychology. We call it, this is a part of cyber psychology also. And then he can easily target your website. There are, around 90-95% of the social media engines are linked to the website, because social media engines as well as the website traffic work parallelly. I, as a person, because of the fact that I got president's image with the President of India on the front page of my website, I receive on an average 6 to 7 attacks because they want to malign my image. The attackers are from different parts of the world. I have security mechanisms on my website. 2 years back, I faced a hack on the website wherein somebody tried to penetrate into my website. There were several reasons for that when I researched on that. I had several users of mine using the social media channels and talking to people and all. It was not a hack. It is called DNS hijacking, wherein when you type abc.com, xyz.com gets opened. And abc.com will be your website, xyz.com will be a Chinese website. My website was hijacked towards a Chinese shipping corporation's site in 2016, to be honest. I understood that was because of, I didn't know about the granular details at that time. However, I got into people, I operated with that hacked website for like 1 or 2 days. I understood the granular details. It was because of a social media integration and as well as a plugin, which was there on my website. Now you can imagine what happens. Every Indian site suffers this. So before I start discussing about the further topics, please ensure, I just want you people to ensure that don't share your passwords with anyone. I personally know several admins of pages who share their passwords with their family members, with their colleagues and everyone. Hey, aap kar dena mere liye update. Don't do this. You don't know where they store their password. While auditing corporations, I have seen that they store their Facebook page, Facebook account passwords on their desktops. You never know if the desktop is getting cleaned when it is going to a new person. Don't keep your password same for all your social media accounts. Subscribe for email alerts. Don't entertain anyone whom you see fishy. when you start a page, there will be n number of people who will be following you. If you see if you check their account and if you find that they are not sounding good, ban them on the page. If you feel that they are not sounding good, unfriend them. I'm telling you from my personal experience. Use different, if you have SAT organizations account in Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Insta, use different passwords. Use complex passwords so that you can remember it. If you are using a desktop application, don't save the password. Don't click on remember me. Have the pain to remember it. However, don't save the password on your on the desktops. Try changing password every 45 days. Make it a habit. It's a best practice. It's a recommendation. Don't physically or electronically duplicating the passwords. Physically duplicating means writing on a piece of paper. Electronically duplicating means sometimes people will click that I option, they will click print screen, or they will write the password somewhere. Don't do this. Don't save your passwords. I have seen people saving the passwords on the mobile phones in a sticky note. Don't do this. I was speaking to Deepak sir yesterday about this, that your mobile phone, you even don't know who all are monitoring your mobile phones. You just Google search about something on your mobile phone, in next few minutes or few hours, Facebook will show that show an ad in front of you and say that, hey, it will be like this, suggested for you, recommended for you. You can buy the shoes from Amazon or this website. How is it happening? You do all your transactions as per the status. The number of users have gone high on social media. Having that said, number of mobile users have also gone high in the social media. So you can understand how penetrative the engines are. There, you can Google about the questionings which Mark Zuckerberg and Sundar Pichai saw in the courtrooms in US. You can just Google about it. You will get n number of videos. You just listen to the questions which they asked. Google can even record where you're walking and talking. So please ensure that they have access to your accounts. So please ensure that you're following the best practices so that you are safe enough. The next war which is going to happen is not a nuclear war. It will be a cyber war. And as a cyber security professional, we come across daily case studies about hacks which happen because of a chota sa laparwahi by someone. It will be a very minute and micro laparwahi by someone which might have resulted into a attack. Somebody might have done something something on the social media channels or anywhere for the hackers to get a track to get into it. So information gathering is the first step on attack, or that's why we create social media engines, because we want our identity, our organization's identity to be known to people. And some others use it to boast about themselves. Some other talk good things to make their outreach increase, to make a help reach people, and so on and so forth. So, for example, somebody read about me on about me before the start of the session. That was from LinkedIn, and I saw you. Many of you visiting my LinkedIn accounts. So I understood that this activity has started. So that is called information gathering. So make it ensure that when you are displaying your data, you're only displaying legitimate data. Don't share anything and everything personal about yourself. Because the intruders, the people are working against your organization, your competitors, hackers, crackers, they just require some of your information which is critical in nature to share it in the social media. I recently attended a program by CERT and National Security Database on cybercrime interventions. The number of social media users among children is highest in Delhi as of now. India is one of the top 5 countries. Hence, the number of attacks on the children also. We are on the top 10 rankers, especially the girl childs. I mean, more than 50-60% it's on girl childs, aged below 14 and 15. It's happening because of their extensive usage of social media. However, the countries like United States, they have restricted the usage to social media. I mean, the people there, in fact, though they are on the social media. My reporting manager is from United States. And she said, Yedhu, I have banned my son from using YouTube and Facebook for the time being. And he is a 5-year-old toddler right now. Now think about the same situation in India. Recently, a senior fellow of Facebook India, he was going to address a few students on social media management and Facebook integrations and all. So he was getting ready. So his wife asked, hey, where are you going? So he said, I have a conference. I have a web conference, and I just need to attend. I just need to address some school children, school and college students on social media management and things like that. And there are like different corporates also coming in. You know what she said? She said to him that better send your son. He will speak more about social media and Facebook than you, though you are one of the captain of social media and Facebook in India. His son is just 9 years old. So now think about that situation in India and situation in the US. The people who started it and the users like us, the end users like us, we are getting adapted to that. We don't know. However, we don't know when and where to use it. One last instant which I want to share with you. So when I was working on this food donations for the migrants who were traveling, we used to get, now think about a situation how, and there were a lot of migrant support networks working all over India, and I was present in more than like 40-50 groups. So how was a migrant able to quickly tell someone that, hey, I am in need of food? They don't have money to, this is a bitter truth. They don't have money to have one-time food. However, they were able to reach through social media and Facebook, and through even through the Google Forms, even through WhatsApp groups. We had a lot of WhatsApp groups which where people can join in without the permissions, privileged accesses and all. So they were, I reached out to more than 6,000 families in 60 days. So these 6,000 families, majority of them were migrants, and all of them had a smartphone with them. And they were able to send me a photograph of the food they received. They were able to send me a video message. They were able to register a complaint. They were able to register a note saying that we need food. Now you can imagine, and they are all on Facebook. Got friend requests from majority of the people whom I have, and they are all on Facebook. Now you can think about the penetration of the social media, and also as per a government of India status. And according to Government of India status, the post-COVID-19 stroke, the maximum number of users of social media and the internet is the rural India. Now you can imagine how penetrative this is. Some status, These are just facts and figures. I can share this PPT with everyone. So you can see the increase in the number of social media users in India from 2015 to 18 and a forecast till 2023. Now you can also see the digital population around the world. And you can see the increase in online and digital activities around the globe. How many of, when I start working, I cannot work in the afternoon hours properly because my internet fluctuates, because everyone starts using the internet. Somebody might be seeing a movie, or somebody will be downloading something. The number of users are increasing. These are best practices. I can share the slide, so let's not spend more time. I just want to show the level of penetration and the percentage increase in the number of social media. Now, this slide mainly talks about certain best practices which I have adopted in my life to increase the content of social media influencers, followers, activists in this 7 to 8 years. How to increase social media presence? First of all, set up a social media management team. That is what you need to do. You need to have appropriate roles and responsibilities crafted, designations, like who will be the chief content manager, chief social media manager, who will be the blogger, who will be the expert, who will be the content writer, who will be the editor, who will post it, who won't post it. You can also do this in Facebook. You have administrative access, expert access, a moderator access, and so on and so forth, analyst access. You can also do that. Everything has a differentiated meaning. This is specifically for a page I'm talking about, as well as for all the other engines like LinkedIn and Instagram. There should be, you need to tell your social media management team about the roles and responsibilities. They should be aware about it, because I see that people are not aware about it in many of the cases, many of the organizations. Set SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. This is a project that you're going to handle. So the outcome of the project should be measured. It should be achievable. It should be relevant. It should be time bound. Why you are creating this social media page? To increase your audience and footprint. So you need to identify, analyze, measure, and monitor your audience. You should know for whom you are posting. If you are an NGO or a social organization, you're working for the community, people, social organizations, NGOs, your post should be that centric. We often hear this comment that aapke page mein kitne like hai? Okay, 5,000. That means you're doing well. Don't just check the likes. Don't just check the followers. Check, even if you have 100 people, even if you have 10 followers, how are you maintaining the relationship with them? Are you engaging with them? When they are asking you a question, are you able to answer them on time? Facebook, for example, calculates for in how much time you respond back. Your turnaround time of responses is also calculated by Facebook. For example, in your page, somebody sending, hey, Saath organization, I am from Bihar, I am from Patna in Bihar, and I just want to associate with your organization because I like your activities. We are not responding them in like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. So Facebook will calculate your turnaround time of response, and they will say that you are negative. You need to be positive. You need to be green. And that person will see that, oh, and they will write a comment as I try to connect. People are spontaneous. Remember that people are very much spontaneous. They need things in a button press. So they will say that, hey, I wrote a comment. I just wrote a note to them and they're not replying back on time. That means they're not interested, or they are not interested, or they're not interested on us. They're not interested to work. They will make their own theories. So you need to have a team who can monitor your social media accounts. There will be negative commenting coming on. You should also Give explanations to that. That becomes your responsibility, because you are creating a human presence about your organization in the social media channel, which is a virtual world. Create a content calendar and try automating that. So there are a lot of automating options on that on social media. For example, if you are getting a message on Facebook page, you can create an automation that, hey, thanks for connecting with Sat. One of our team member will connect with you shortly to discuss further. And if you are not getting a response in 1 hour, please contact Kanika Agarwal or Advocate Deepak Prakash at this number. Just a note. That will give an assurance that yes, if I am not getting a response in 1 hour, there is a option B for me. Right now, at least during this after this pandemic, people always think about a button press phenomenon. If they are procuring a service from you, if they are if they are coming to you for a request, if you are not providing them an answer within 1 hour, they need an option B immediately. Otherwise, they will press the panic button. The panic, the repercussions of the panic of them pressing the panic button can be anything and anything. Now, when it comes to content calendar, you can automate it. So what you can do is, on Monday, I'll post on child empowerment. I'm just giving examples. On Tuesday, I will post upon women and women's safety. On third day, I will post on Wednesday, I will post on tree plantation. So we can automate it. We can increase the timeline. We can amend the publishing dates, and so on and so forth, so that every day at 8 a.m. People will see that, hey, Sat will be publishing today one of the poster, one of the visual about the stats of the children who are not going to school in UP, or something like that. So the people will be eagerly waiting for your post. That eagerness will get converted into the likes and the followers. So this is all psychological games. I have never used or paid money to Facebook or any of the social media channels to increase my likes. All my activities, all my help, even all my donations, all the further help come through social media channels. So I never paid. So this is all inorganic works which are happening. I'm just giving you tips on this. Get visuals or infographics than write-ups. People don't want to read nowadays. People have become, again, the panicking, the spontaneous attitude, everything has increased. People want a lot of things to be done in a short span of time. So they will see an infographic and say that, oh, okay, this is good. Now, yesterday there was a poster released about my name, about me and things like that. So think about a situation. There was a write-up. How many of you might have read even about it? If it is an infographic, it's a poster. Yes, okay. Use tools like Canva, BeHappy.me to create influencing visuals. There are like millions and millions of options there. Use it to create influencing visuals. For example, majority of you are lawyers. For example, you want to provide a legal help to a community of people somewhere in Jharkhand. Create a poster in that way. Let the people know that you're doing this good job, a good deed. Create an event, blog about it, write about it, invite people to that session. That's how you increase the outreach. Once you complete that event, post stories, short stories. People don't want to listen to movies and lectures. No, short stories with certain infographics, which you can design through a simple mobile app. And then you can tell in the last that, hey, if you find any such cases around, feel free to walk to us. We are there to help you. That creates an impact. I've seen this from my personal experience. By doing all these things, what you do is you establish your footprint. there you create a human presence of your organization on this virtual media. You need to spend 15 minutes every day if you want engagement on your social media. That's where I ask people to create a team, a social media team. If I'm not available, Deepak sir can take it over. Deepak sir is not available, somebody else can take it over. So on and so forth and so on and so forth. It should be continuous. There shouldn't be business discontinuity happening. Ensure that you're tagging the right people with at the right sign. If it is LinkedIn or Facebook or even Instagram, hashtagging is also important. So, for example, today is International Tree Plantation Day. So, hashtag International Tree Plantation Day, and you tag the forest departments of this country and release a post that we salute you for whatever you're doing. You're conserving the forest. You ask students to plant more trees and respect the trees, respect the mother earth. So you can hashtag things. This increases your presence. Whenever you're posting something on your page, tag maximum people, hashtag maximum keywords. Keywords plays a very important role. Somebody just searching the International Tree Plantation Day, hashtag International Tree Plantation Day. If you have posted, your post will also come up. Somewhere down the line, a search engine optimization also will happen. The contents which you're creating, again, which I mentioned in one of the point above, the content should be people centric. I mean, in a rude manner, if you say in social media, you shouldn't blather around. You shouldn't be surprising enough. What did these people post about? So the content should be people centric and should be engaging. People will say comments. People will post comments. You need to respond back to them. You need to appreciate them. You need to thank them for a comment, and so on and so forth. Ask your friends. Create whenever you're creating this page, and you are creating sub admins, editors, and all. Ask them to also send the details about your page to the friend circles. That, hey, I created a page and we are going to talk about it. Please feel free to like my page so that you will be also aware about what we are going to do. Don't tell them that you're asking them to just increase the like or something like that. There will be adverse effects coming in. So tell them that, hey, I created a page. This is the motive of my page, and I would like to invite people like you to be a part of my page. You can be a part of my page by following it or hitting a like so that you will be aware about whatever is happening, and so on and so forth. When you're creating a page, also create a group if you're creating it on Facebook. If you're creating a profile in LinkedIn, a company profile in the form of a human profile in LinkedIn, create a company profile in LinkedIn also. There's a company page which you can create. Try to automate a lot of things. So if you're posting something on Instagram, it automatically get posted on Tumblr and Twitter and Facebook. There is an automation there. Try automation wherever you can. If you're posting something on Facebook, it can automatically get posted on Instagram. That automation can be done, and that automation really helps. It saves time, because normally when we are working and all, we don't get time to spend time on our social media channels. So whenever I normally post when I'm traveling from West Delhi to Noida to my workplace, I use that 2 hours to post things on my social media and things like that. Promotion means inorganic promotion again. I'm not asking you to pay money, because if you ask people, they say like, hey, I have a friend who can do this. They will not doing anything. They will be creating 100 fake profiles and posting things for them. And this happens. There are people who pay money. I know many good friends of mine who are like astrologers and numerologists and people like them who have paid money to social media engines. I don't recommend doing that, because when you want the right amount of people, you're not pledging that you will be supporting the X billion of people of India. No, you are ready to support 100 people. However, that support should be good enough, and they should acknowledge it, and they should recommend your name. That's how you will grow your brand. I know there might be questions coming in this slide. You can note it and we can pick it up one by one. And what are the benefits? We covered all, majority of these points previously. However, what are the benefits of social media? The benefit number one, communication. Effective communication happens in social media as of now. Somebody also mentioned that if you want to raise a voice, you can raise your voice in social media or Twitter. Actions are quick. In 2018, I went to a marriage in Lucknow. And when I was coming back, I chose a train which was around 23 hours late. This train was, and many of you might have practiced this, but I'm just giving an example. I was sitting in the train and there were a lot of babus in the train, the so-called babus, And they were like, they were blaming the government and things like that, but nobody was interested to take an action. The train was, and there is no pantry car in the train. And the train is not stopping anywhere. It's stuck in a jungle or village or somewhere, some places like this. I said, like, let's tweet. And this is my tweet ID. You follow my tweet or you retweet my tweet. So the 6 people who sit in that particular cabin, I tweeted, they retweeted. You know, willing next 1 hour, the train stopped in a station. There were 10 counters, especially for the food, which was opened there. And to serve the food, the train stopped there for half an hour. And there were officials standing there to monitor, like everyone is getting food or not. They got into each bogie and asked, like, sabko khana mil gaya, nahi mila, koi bacha hai, nahi bacha hai. There's some people not eating food because they didn't have money, so people donated food also for them. It was all happy. They were not sad enough that the train was late. They said, like, ab hame khana pet bhar gaya, hum so rahe. This is social media impact. And many such things. Sonu Sood, he reached to millions to social media only. Everyone is using social media for positive impact. It helps you in increase your footprints and outreach. Again, it defines your work and integrity. If somebody is trying to fight you on the social media, don't get angry with them and don't give back to them on the same tone. Because remember that you're representing your organization on the media. So your group, you as an individual, it talks about your identity, integrity, and your work. Your organization's integrity and your organization's identity and your organization's work and principles, vision and mission and all. So please ensure that these points are taken care. Your presence in social media helps you humanize your brand. We talked about it previously. It helps in branding and advertising. Right now, this is called brandvertising. This helps you network and create more partnerships. If you have a website, the social media presence will help you increase the website traffic also. People, what they do is they share half information on the social media and say, like, for further details, please visit my website. So when a person who's eager to know about that news will click the website, they will create a plugin on the website front that like this page to get into the website. So eventually they will like it. So these are tactics, and this will increase these are knacks and tactics which can help you increase the website traffic also. If you are selling a product, I know a lot of homemakers who started making embroidery things and sarees and all during this lockdown. They are using Facebook right now, and it is helping them to increase leads, customers, buyers, and all. So there are a lot of benefits of social media. I have always been benefited of social media only. There were issues, however, I have always been benefited with social media. So this is a great thing if you are using it properly. Not everyone uses it properly. However, I believe if you want to grow your organization and if you have a footprint on the social media, you can have an account of Saath organization. I saw one there in Facebook, and I saw the Twitter one also, because the Twitter started following my organization yesterday. So there is Twitter page for Saath. We can have a LinkedIn page for Saath, and I see a lot of you are lawyers and a lot of you have a LinkedIn presence. You can have a LinkedIn presence. You can have a YouTube page. You can give certain tips to your fellows and all through LinkedIn videos. I am in talk with Deepak sir for certain events, so we can post about that in the YouTube as a YouTube video, as an informational video, and all that can actually help people to reach you people more. So that can actually help you increase the brand. That is all from my end. Hope the session was not boring enough, and I tried my level best to cover a lot of things, though it is not my background. So if there are concerns and queries and questions coming in, we can have follow-up sessions. Now I will open the forum for Q&A. I'll try my level best to answer the questions if I can. Now I'll get back to Deepak sir and Kanika. Thank you.
Thank you. Very informative.